Hi, my name is Linda. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a perfect potato salad. And when I say perfect, it is perfect. There's nothing that upsets me more than a bad potato salad. And it took me 15 years to really craft this technique and come up with this method of making the potato salad that really makes it one of a kind. So when it comes to a potato salad, there's really two things that you need to do properly, and I'm going to show you that in this video. Number one, you have to cook your potatoes right and make sure that they are just perfect enough, not too soft, not too hard. And second thing, just as important, is how you mix your potato salad. Trust me, the way you mix your potato salad once you cook your potatoes really is key, because you don't want to break your potatoes, you don't want to mush them, and you want to make sure that it maintains its structure. So as a bonus, in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make a vegan hemp seed dressing that I'm going to dress my potato salad with. Now, you can use any dressing you want, because at the end of the day, once you get your potatoes perfect and you're able to maintain that integrity of the potato, you can dress it with anything you want. All right, so the potatoes that I have here that I'm going to cook today and make the potato salad with are the yellow potatoes, the red potatoes, white potatoes, and the russets. Okay, so if I was to take a guess, I think that the yellows and the reds are probably going to behave the best for the salad, would be the best bet for your salad, just because that's what I usually use, but we're going to see how it goes. All right, the most important part, cooking the potatoes. The only way to cook your potato for a perfect potato salad is to steam your potatoes. You're going to fill the pot with water, put the basket on top, put your potatoes in the basket, cover it, reduce the heat, and steam it for about 25 to 30 minutes, depending on how big your potatoes are and how small you cut them into pieces. And don't be afraid to poke it with a knife to check for doneness. A very important step for the steaming process, at the very end, when you finish steaming your potatoes, you need to turn everything off and leave it there for about 10 to 15 minutes. And what that does, that just ensures that all the potatoes reach a uniform kind of consistency. And if any of the potatoes didn't cook 100%, leaving them there for 10 to 15 minutes will make sure that the steam gets into all of the potatoes and really just makes them nice and uniform. And that is one key thing to remember when you're steaming your potatoes. All right, so while the potatoes are steaming, we're going to make hemp seed dressing. This hemp seed dressing is really versatile. I actually use it for so many different things, not just a potato salad. I put it on everything. It's very nutrient dense, it has no oil, it's really just made with a few simple ingredients, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to give it to you as a bonus feature, but remember that you can make your potato salad with any dressing that you wish. So we're going to add to the blender half a cup of hemp seeds, 1 cup of water, 1 teaspoon of maple syrup, that gives it a nice little sweet nudge, juice of 1 lime, not lemon but lime. If you don't have lime, lemon will do. And a little clove of garlic, a little bit of salt. All right, I'm gonna blend it on high for about 30 seconds to a minute. All right, so you can see it's nice consistency. So once you're done blending, I like to store it in a glass jar. It lasts for about 3 to 4 days in the fridge. So as I said, you can use it as a salad dressing. You can add it to some other recipes as you wish. And look at that. Now, I like a bit of a thinner consistency on my dressing when I make a salad, but if you find that you need a little bit more hemp seeds, instead of using half a cup of hemp seeds, you can add a little bit more, maybe 3/4 cups, if you find that this is a little too liquid for you, but I prefer it that way. Okay, so now that we have our potatoes cooked, I'm going to assemble the salad. And I went ahead and sliced the potato into cubes. You want to make sure that when you're slicing your potatoes, you're taking your time and not rushing through it to maintain the integrity of the potato, but otherwise it keeps up really well. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in a bowl. You want to make sure you're putting it in a round bowl, and I'll tell you why in a minute. It has to do with the way we're going to mix the potato salad. I like to add red onions and celery to my potato salad just because I like a little bit of a crunch, but really you can add anything you want, and some red onions as well. And then I'm going to add the hemp seed dressing that we just made a minute ago. So I'm going to really just eyeball it and put some dressing to it, but again, you'll figure it out once you kind of know how you like it. And feel free to put a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to do a little bit of salt here. And a very important step is how you mix your salad. So I'm going to use a spatula that's bendy, right? And the way I'm going to mix it is I'm going to roll my salad. I'm going to go from the side and I'm going to kind of go under and around, very carefully rolling my salad. And that's how you mix the salad, as to not break your potatoes and not make a mess of it. That is a really key technique that will keep your salad intact. So you're kind of going around and under. You're not going in and trying to mess with the potatoes. You're going under and rolling it so that you're evenly mixing the salad. This is a big, big trick to not breaking your potatoes. Look at that. All right, let's see what we got here. So good. Buttery soft. Inside and out. Perfect. The potatoes had a chance to sit in the fridge overnight, and I'm going to taste them to see which one held up better and which one is a winner. So we're going to start with a white potato. I'm going to give it a try. It's not bad. I do feel a bit of a watery consistency in a potato itself. Next one is the red. This one tastes a little softer. Not bad. White and red are pretty good. Russet. Not as sweet as red and white. So even a little tangy, I would say. A little drier, but still not too bad. And the yellow potato. It's very creamy. It has a very creamy texture. It's buttery soft. Interesting. So if I was to give you my final verdict, I would say that the Yukon Gold is definitely my preference. Actually, when I cooked these last night or yesterday, and when the potatoes are fresh and you just cooled them off, you made your potato salad, definitely the yellow one is super creamy and buttery soft. I do sense that it hardened up a little bit overnight in the fridge. Still my favorite. My second choice would be the red potato. It's very soft, and I would say right next to the yellow potato. It has a bit of a creamy texture. The white potato is not bad. It does taste a little bit watery. It's a little bit lighter, lighter taste. So if you like a lighter potato, I would say it's something that doesn't have a buttery or creamy consistency, I would go with the white. The russet is a little bit heavier, a little bit drier, still not so bad. So I would say number 1 yellow, number 2 red, number 3 white, number 4 russet.